Would I let Carey Mulligan spit in my coffee? I mean, for starters, I'm not the biggest fan of coffee.
Whisper something in your ear.
Good God almighty. You know, they put themselves in danger, girls like that.
It was a perverted thing to say.
You'd think you'd learn by that age, right?
Please lay down. What are you doing?
It's okay, Faye, you're silent.
What are you doing? Hey, I said, what are you doing?
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel and time for another episode of Luke's Reviews. On today's video, the Oscars are fast approaching and I am slowly but surely making my way through the rest of the nominees, and for today it was the turn of Promising Young Woman. Carey Mulligan stars as Cassie, a former medical school student who left education due to mysterious reasons. She now spends her days working in a coffee shop and catching creepy dudes preying on her when she pretends to be in a vulnerable state, with the guys looking to take advantage of her. The concept of this film rules. The whole notion of a revenge thriller focused on a woman dishing out vengeance on these pervy douchebags who are abusing women who are in no fit state to even give consent. I mean, not only is that a very timely story, but just as a story, it's full of thematic ideas to explore. Now, off the bat, I do think it's worth clarifying that the trailers for this film kind of paint the overall movie in a slightly different light. The trailers give the impression that Cassie is basically out for blood, for lack of a better term, in what potentially could be a very violent and bloody movie. But that isn't really the approach that Fennell took. It's shocking and alarming in places, but never excessively violent, because much of Cassie's revenge is more psychological in nature than just pure violence. But I am somewhat glad that the film didn't take that overall approach, because in the tone that the movie establishes from the beginning, the thought of extreme violence and gore, the two just would not have meshed well. Fennell takes on both directing and screenwriting duties, and the screenplay is packed full of ingeniously written dialogue, a hefty dollop of pitch-black dark humour, and a very engrossing story at the centre. I would have liked to have learnt a bit more as to who Cassie is behind her overall crusade for justice, but that didn't bother me a great deal. Fennell's direction is very impressive, taking her script and really making this into a firecracker of a movie. I'm not 100% sure that I would have, if it was down to me, put her as one of the top 5 for Best Director. I think that there were other directors such as Spike Lee for Da 5 Bloods or Regina King for One Night in Miami who, personally, I would have slotted instead, but she does a really good job still. That being said, someone who definitely deserved their nomination and could damn well win the whole thing is Carey Mulligan. What a performance this was. Totally commanding from the word go. She was in charge of every single scene, no matter who she was sharing time with. A multifaceted character, really showing off how talented Mulligan is as a performer. Now, the whole Best Actress race is a mess right now, with any of the nominees potentially winning it, but in my mind, Mulligan is probably the front runner. This is such an amazing performance. It was also amazing to see Burnham pop up in a very unexpected role for him. I'm a big fan of his comedy work and his directorial debut with 8th Grade, but here he shows off a side I hadn't seen from him before. And the relationship that develops between him and Cassie was one of the more integral moments that maintained my overall investment in the film. I'm not going to go as far to say that this movie was perfect. It's not by any means. There are issues, there are flaws. The character of Cassie, like I said, aside from this crusade that she's on, they only briefly touch on the fact that she doesn't really develop any long-lasting friendships or relationships, and I think that is a detail that could have been explored a lot further. And I did find that the film started to get somewhat repetitive. We kept going in kind of like the same structural loop over and over again. By the time it got too noticeable, though, the film really picked up and began to switch things up so it didn't become too much of an issue. Promising Young Woman definitely goes out on a high. I won't spoil anything, don't worry, but the final act of Promising Young Woman is electrifying. It will likely leave you shocked, disturbed, in awe, but holy shit, is the whole thing like someone is swinging a wrecking ball directly into your face. Hands down, one of the best endings I've seen from a movie in a long time. I know it's been quite divisive, but I definitely fall on the side I loved this ending. Looking past some structural issues and a lead character that could have been given more to do, Promising Young Woman was a great film to watch. Emerald Fennell comes flying out the gates with her captivating screenplay and assured direction, and Carey Mulligan is a force of frickin' nature in the film. And seriously, that ending, damn. Overall, I'm going to give Promising Young Woman an 8 out of 10. Anyway guys, those are my thoughts on Promising Young Woman. Let me know, have you had a chance to see the film yet? What did you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And my question to you, I want to know, what is your favourite movie ending in the last 5 years? And as always, thank you ever so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure to click that like button, and if you aren't already, click that subscribe button too.